On Monday of this past week, Donald Trump had a White House meeting with Benjamin Netanyahu, where Trump, of course, announced, hey, we got a peace plan between Israel and technically nobody yet because, the other side, Palestine, they haven't signed it. They don't know about it, but it's totally a peace plan with just one side, which is not actually a peace plan of any kind at all. But nevertheless, that's not the most important part of what happened that day. The most important part of what happened during that meeting was that old man Trump, the oldest person to ever be sworn in as president, the 79-year-old man, could not accurately remember the year that he first became president of the United States. This is not a senior moment. This, folks, is a symptom. Let me read you what Trump said. And of course, he's talking about leaders in the Middle East. And he said, quote, "These are people I've gotten to know over the years. It started around 2015 and then went into 2016 when the presidency officially began. But I've known him actually for a long time," talking about Netanyahu. Trump's presidency, for those who understand how things work, did not begin in 2016. In 2015, Donald Trump was just one of many Republican candidates. Remember, they had so many, they had to have two separate debates because we couldn't fit all the crazy on one stage. And that was 2015. And Trump was one of like 20. So no, you're not meeting with Middle Eastern leaders in 2015, and you sure as hell did not become president in 2016. You became president-elect, but you weren't sworn in until January 20th, 2017 at exactly 12 p.m. Eastern. He didn't remember that. He didn't remember these dates. And let's be honest, these are not random frivolous dates, okay? It's not like, hey, do you remember the last time you went to the park? Or, hey, what's your kid's birthday? And I say frivolous on that because, let's face it, I guarantee you Trump couldn't name any of the birthdays. But this was like the most significant moment of your life up to that point. And you can't remember when it happened. This is another symptom of dementia. This is another symptom of overall cognitive decline. And Trump has given us so many of these instances in the last 7 days. I mean, forget what he's done since being sworn in for the second time, once again on January 20th, this time 2025, because he'll forget that date too. We have seen so many instances of this all year long, but in the last 7 days, holy hell, it's getting worse by the day. His grip on reality doesn't even exist anymore. His mental filter where he knows, hey, I can't be like overtly racist and horrible. It's gone. And he is now being overtly racist. I mean, he always had a tenuous grasp on that, but now it's just, I'm going to do it just for the sake of doing it. He is showing all of the signs that somebody with dementia shows. And as I've repeatedly said, as a person with a very close family member who I see frequently, who is suffering from dementia, I see it. I recognize the pattern. He's not as far along as, my family member is, but he's getting there faster than they did. Much faster. Those of you that have lived with someone or worked with someone or cared for someone that has gone through this, you see it too. The mental health professionals who understand this and who diagnose it see it too. At this rate, this accelerated rate, because the stress of everything is getting to him and making it worse, and whenever that happens, as I've said in the past, this becomes the new baseline. When he gets worse, it doesn't ever get better. We have a new baseline. and it'll continue getting lower and lower and lower. And that's what happens with dementia. The baseline continues to move down at this accelerated rate. By the time we hit the midterms next year, this man may not even know his own name. He may not remember anything. He may not remember that he's president of the United States. And to be honest, for those of us who care about the future of this country, future elections, that's not the worst thing that can happen. As I've also repeatedly said, I'm not worried about Donald Trump trying to serve a third term in office. Okay? It's not going to happen. Because by the time we would even get to that point where we're supposed to have presidential elections in 2028, this man's going to be just totally off his rocker, insane to the point where he doesn't even know he ever was president. So a third term is not something any of us should have to worry about. What we do need to worry about is having a person who cannot trust their own brain running this country, because that is always a recipe for disaster. Thanks for watching, everyone. You know, we're inching closer and closer to 1 million subscribers, and we're aiming to hit that goal before the year closes. So if you aren't subscribed to the channel, please do so, and don't forget to like, comment, and share. Thanks for joining us as we head towards this huge milestone.